everyone. Today I'd like to share my Hello Susan Blooming Iris Digital Journal Kit with you, since it's the next journal we'll be making together. I'm so excited to play with this kit. I love irises, do you? They're in my garden and have been for so many years. When I sold my last house, I brought some with me that I had been growing for 17 years. They just multiply, and they're the blue ones. Anyway, they're starting to bloom now, and I thought about this kit I designed. Isn't it so pretty? Very spring-like, and I used happy colors. I like the combination of the aqua and the purples that I used. They complement each other, and then there's the pops of yellow to brighten. Just love that. Isn't it pretty? It's got pink in it too. All the purple. That's got some blue in it. Lots of trims in the prints. Just love it. And here's some ephemera. This is a belly band. Tags and ephemera. And then we've got some dangles, so you can make little thin ones. More tags and more ephemera. I can't wait to get started on this one. And spring is in the air. Okay, well that is the Blooming Iris Digital Journal Kit. Of course, you can find that on Payhip. I'll have a link below in case you want to get the papers and make one with me. Okay, I'm back, and I've decided with the Blooming Iris Kit that we're going to make a double journal. So what I've done is I've taken two 9x12 envelopes, and I have glued one flap so that I could continue on this side and have two openings. Excuse me. Have two openings. So I've got one opening here and I've got one opening here. And then I've got some fabric. It's a piece of pillowcase, and then a piece of lace on top of that, and the same thing here, and it's got some tatting on both edges of the beginning of the journals. So what I need to do next is I need to sew around this section here and around this section here. So when I get done with that, I'll come back and we'll decorate these fronts. Okay, well, see you in a minute. Okay, I got that sewed and I'm back. I'm going to use this little doily. It's embroidered. And I'm going to put that on one of the covers. You know, we have to make two covers with this one. So this will be the first cover. I did tack it in place with a little bit of glue right there because I wanted to make sure I got it exactly where I wanted it. And now I'm just going to put some glue on the back in strategic places so that it kind of holds it without showing a bunch of glue. So I'm kind of going over where the stitches are. Okay, let's see what that does. You know, every time we do something new, it's new. And we don't know exactly how it's going to work till we start doing it. But I did work on this last night, trying to figure out how I wanted to decorate it. Now this doily does have staining on it. That doesn't bother me. To me, that makes it look like it's aged, which it is. Okay, so I haven't put the signatures in yet. So until I do, I have to, like I have this piece of lace that goes across here. Oh, I can only do the top part because I need to be able to sew my signatures in, and I want to cover it up with the lace. So the next thing I want to do is I've got a piece of netting. Of course, you know I love knitting. And I'm going to place that on top just because I like the little bit of layering that goes along. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue to tack it down. Later on, after I get everything on here, I can decide if I need to put more glue. But I just want to kind of get it kind of tacked in place for right now. Isn't that doily cute? Okay. Got a little bit of glue on my fingers from doing that. Alright, so I know that I want this on the side. And you know, we're doing that double. So I have to put this right here. And it's going to come around like that. And then I'll have to do one on this edge over here too. This is a lot to think about. This is the first time I've ever made a double one. I was thinking about doing the flip-flop. Well, that's 3. And I thought, oh, I think I should get my feet wet with 1. Okay, so let me go ahead and tack this in place on this side to get that started sticking down. I don't want that net down, I just want this down. Okay. So I'm really having to think about this, y'all. I've got some sari silk that comes in this beautiful shade of lavender, and I know I want that right here, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of tack that in place. Don't want it all folded up because I want the width. I really like the width down here. I didn't have any other ribbon that I could use that would be thicker, because you know how thin sari silk is. But I think it's going to work. And of course I'm going to tie the journal together with a wrap of this same sari silk, so I think it'll all work. Okay, there we go. Now I think we can go ahead and do the first half of the one that goes on the spine. So just go ahead and put some glue down. So have any of you made the double? I don't know what made me do this. I just wanted to try something new, and I saw the flip-flop thing, and I thought, well, like I said already, we better start out with something that's not so involved before I try that. So I figured this was the next best thing. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm losing sleep about it, if you can believe that. I lay in bed, and then in my dreaming I'm designing the pages and trying to figure out what I want to do. Whew. But that just shows you how passionate we can be about these journals. Okay, so there's halfway on. Now I've got this applique that I want to put up here. So let me go ahead and put some glue on it. And of course I'm putting it where it's heavily threaded, not the net part. I don't know what I was dreaming about, but I kept designing the same page over and over and over and over again last night in my sleep. And finally woke up at 4:41. I was awake, I think, till 8 o'clock, and then went back to sleep for a couple hours. Okay. Just adds a little bit of charm without covering up too much. Okay, and I've got these two beautiful flowers that have sequins and beads on them that are lavender in shade, and I want to put those right there. But before I put those in place, I've got a couple of stamps that I want to put right underneath them. So what I want to do is trying to fit those just the way I want them. One's got irises on it and one's got birds. I think those flowers are going to go just like that. So what I think I'm going to do is glue those cards together so that I've got those situated just the way I want them. And now I can go ahead and lift up and put glue. Do I want those glued down? Yeah, I guess I do. We don't need to have it flopping around. That would just give it an opportunity to come undone and be in the way. Okay, turn it this way a little bit so I can get to this one. Okay, let's come underneath the bottom and the bottom of that one too. Isn't that cute? Okay, so now we can put the flowers on. I keep feeling for where the envelope underneath there is. I think right there is perfect. So let's go ahead and put some glue on here. Now one thing that I did, this was a 5-piece flower or 6-piece flower. Not real sure, but because it had those little sequins and beads sewed on it, before I even started, I got my Fabri-Tac and I put it all over the back of this applique so that I could glue those threads down, because I didn't want to cut them and then the beads start falling off. So I thought that would help me keep everything intact, and it did. And you know how you get those iron-on appliques? It kind of felt like that after it dried, because you know the glue was all on the back. That little petal wants to poke up, so I put a little glue there. See if it'll stay down. Well, let me get one of these clamps. See if I can get that to stay in place while it's drying. Okay, so now I've got the word create, and I've got this green butterfly that I want to put on. So I think the butterfly will be good right there. Just like that. And then the word create. We'll put that up just a little bit higher like that. Okay, that worked. All right, so this is cover number 1. Now I want to do cover number 2. Now I kind of got ahead of y'all on this one because, and I got to make sure that they're like this stays upright and this stays upright, because this will be one journal and then you turn it this way and this is the second journal. Okay, so here we go. I kind of got ahead of y'all and got this one glued together quite a bit because I just didn't want to have it not go perfect. So the first thing I want to do is I want to put this trim right here across the top. So this is going to be a whole lot more work than just one signature, but I'm up for it. So there. Okay, now this is the same piece of lace that I have on that side, and that's going to go on this hinge. So that goes like that. So let me go ahead and put some glue on that. You know, I wonder, would I prefer it like that? I think maybe I do. I think I want to do that. Okay, so let me lift that up so I can put some glue under it for the hinge. And remember, I'm leaving that hinge open because I still have to sew the signatures in, which is what I'm going to do next. And of course, I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to do the 3 signature pamphlet stitch like I always do. I really like that one. I've seen a lot of fancier ones, but I seem to stick with that. Okay, so I'm leaving that open, but it will look like that once it's done. Okay, so here's the piece that I did already. Look at that. Is that just gorgeous? So I've got some of those purple appliques, just like on the other side. The same other appliques, just cut into pieces. And then I have this embroidered lace and this beautiful lady with irises. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue all over the cardstock. That's the main thing, is I get that stuck down. And then I want to come over here where the appliques are. It's got netting on there too, which kind of hinders me a little bit as far as trying to get some of the glue stuff on, but I'll get it done. And if I need to, I can add more. I can just see where it didn't stick quite good enough, and we'll add more. All this glue is going to go right through that net. Okay, let's see if I can get that turned over without, there we go. Okay. Before I press it down, I want to make sure I have it exactly where I want it. Straighten it up a little bit. Oh, I just love that. Press it down. This one needs a little glue, I can tell already. And let's see. That needs a little glue. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep adding glue to it off camera. Y'all don't need to see me do that, but look. That's one cover, and then you flip it over, and there's the second cover. And like I said, it opens this way, and you flip it over, and this one opens this way. And we'll have a signature in each side. Okay, well that's it for me today. See you next time. Have a creative day. Talk to you. Bye-bye.